Your horses need some of the same care and preparation that us as humans need. According to an article from 2005 about grooming your horse on about.com, proper grooming is necessary because grip beneath the saddle could cause sores and be uncomfortable for your horse. Proper grooming is very important and all horse owners should know how to do it. So I will first tell you some of the tools that you need to groom your horse, how to use those tools, and then some things you should look for while you're grooming your horse. First, I'm going to discuss some of the tools that are needed. According to ecosite.com, you'll need a curry comb, a stiff and a soft body brush, a mane and tail comb, a hoof pick, and fly spray. After knowing what tools you need, you also need to know how to use them. First, you start out with the curry comb, and that's mostly just to remove the large pieces of dirt from them. You just can go in long strokes all over their full body and just make sure you get all the large dirt off from under their stomach, and because you don't want it where the cinch goes, and on the front where the breast collar would go. You always should start at the top and then work down and from the front to the back. And then you should also, or the next thing you should use is the body brush, and you should always go with the same direction of the hair and use short little strokes like this to get all the dirt out. And you want to go over the whole horse just like that, starting at the top and working down to the bottom. And you want to be a little bit careful on their legs so you don't hurt them. After you use the stiff body brush, then you should move on to the softer one. That just gets a little more of the loose dirt off. You can use a little bit longer strokes and then get all the dirt off them. Make sure there's nothing up here where the saddle would sit, underneath where your cinches are. The next thing that you want to use is the mane and tail comb, and you usually want to use a detangler in there first so it kind of helps come through there. Just pull it out and get all the wraps and nuts out of it. Do that the whole way down their mane from the front to the back, also their forelock up here, and then come back to their tail and use a little bit of detangler in their tail. Just work through all that. It'll take a little while. Next thing that you should use is the hoof pick, and you want to just run down their leg and pick up their foot, and then just use the pick end of it and kind of just scrape out the dirt. And the main thing you want to do when you're picking out their feet is make sure there's no little rocks, or if you want to have if there's a nail in there, make sure you find that and get it taken out. And the last thing that you want to do is cover them with a coat of fly spray. You want to do this after everything so you don't brush it off with the brushes. Just put a nice coat on so they don't have flies biting them and bothering them. While using these different tools, there's a lot of things that you should look for that you might not otherwise see just walking around and seeing your horse. And by grooming them, you can get up closer to them and see anything. Some of these things are a little cut or swelling. They might have got kicked or into some wire or something. And you also might find a rash. I know we've got another horse that I found, just walking around, and I found that they had a little scrape on their back leg back here. I've just demonstrated how to properly groom your horse by discussing the tools that you need, how to use those tools, and some things you need to look for. Now you can see how grooming somewhat relates to how you groom your horse, or how grooming your horse relates to how you groom yourself.